Welcome to the 63rd Annual Chicago Midwest Emmy Awards. Introducing tonight's host, Chicago native and comedian Pat McGann.
All right, we're here. The Chicago Midwest Emmys 2021. Why aren't we doing this live? Did you guys forget that we had to do this year? Here, we're virtual again. I feel like we could have done this in person. Maybe you guys just didn't, I don't know. But I feel good. I have the Skilling green screen. Who can go wrong with this, right? It's a big day. Big day. That's kind of an embellishment, right? I tend to say that a lot. I have kids, little kids, and that's how I get them to go to bed every night. I say, big day tomorrow. Big day. You got a big day. You got to wake up, cry about broccoli, and keep us from having sex. You got a big day. Now, this is a big night, though. It's the Emmys, and you guys are at home, probably fast-forwarding through this. But if you are listening, thank you. I know that a lot of people out there are not that happy these days. There is some anger out there, and people are swearing more. That's got to be tough for you guys, with a live camera and mic in your face all the time. I don't know about you. I have some residual profanity from the past. I used to be a nice guy, right? I used to be happy to see my kids before it was every day. I mean, honestly, I'd see them come down the stairs and be like, hey, good morning, what's up? Give them some options for breakfast. Now I see them coming, it's like this, again. And there's no menu anymore. It's like you're having a waffle. You're having an Eggo waffle. We got 96 of them from Costco. It's a countdown. When the waffles are gone, we're going back out there. No matter what. No, I'm actually feeling pretty good. You just had to find the silver linings this past year, right? Right? Just the silver linings. That's what I was looking for. The silver linings. I reconnected with my family. I reconnected with my wife. I thought we were connected before. Apparently not. She hated me. That came out because I wasn't home a lot, you know? Like I usually go out and complain about being married and having kids when I'm, doing a show. Meanwhile, I'm gone all the time. Now, though, I have some stuff to say. I have a year's worth of stuff to say. No, I feel good. We did reconnect, my wife and I. We would go for walks. That was the key this year. She used to give me crap, like, you're never around. We never go for a walk. That was her big example. When was the last time we went for a walk? Now I got walks stacked up till 2041. That is all we did this year was walk. We didn't even talk about it. It became nonverbal. We just make eye contact. Like, oh, is it time to go out there and pretend? Let's go pretend everything's okay. Let's not kill anyone today. Which I would never do. But people are giving me crap because I'm from Chicago, and people are like, oh, you're from Chicago? Are you guys all murdering everyone up there? Yeah, we are. That's how we're dealing with it. You want some? No, it's just good to chill. That's what I want everyone to do tonight. Just relax. Sit back and watch yourself probably lose, okay? But that's okay. You'll see other people win. We should all be in this together. Just chill out. Tom was talking about taking a gummy. Maybe that's some advice. He is T-Skills after all. I will get into that sometimes. That's legal now in Chicago. And some people don't like that, right? Some people are like, oh, marijuana. It's like you had 35 Miller Lights last night. You're an alcoholic. You're angry. You don't listen. No, I will take a gummy every now and then because it does chill me out, and that's helpful these days. A lot going on, right? I do drink, but I'm taking a little break right now because sometimes when I drink, I can be dismissive of people, of my kids. If I'm drinking, my kids come by, it's like, leave me alone, right? You want to stay up? Go in the basement. Your kids buzz by you when you're on a gummy. You're like, where are you going? You building Legos? I want to build some Legos. Yeah, let's build something. Let's make something together. Let's do a project. I love making stuff. You know what I made? I made you with your mom. You know that? We made you. I love you so much. So sorry I yelled at you about snacks earlier. I love snacks. Let's go get some snacks. And that's what you guys should do. Get some snacks. Get some drinks. Hunker down. Let's give out some trophies for you guys reporting horrible news. And that's really what happened this year, right? A lot of bad stuff happened. You told us about it, and now you get a trophy. Really, though, we're going to have a good time tonight. I just want to give a couple housekeeping notes before we do get rolling here. If you win tonight, and I'm rooting for you, I really am. If you do win, I want you to post an acceptance speech on social media, okay? Get on the socials, show everyone what you did, right? I mean, I know you get paid to do this job, you get a salary, you get vacation, all that, but you deserve a trophy too. And you should be bragging about it once you secure it. Post a picture online, use the hashtag EmmyChicago. You can also tag us at shy_natus, okay? Also want you to know that tonight's show is available with closed captioning. All you got to do is check the settings on your TV, turn it on, turn it off. We're going to begin shortly here with category 30 and count down to category 1. It seems like we're going to go that 30, 29, 28, but we don't. We jump around. There's subcategories. It's a whole thing. You'll get used to it. I do want to thank our sponsor real quick before we get in. World Business Chicago. Thank you. We really appreciate it. That is it in terms of the housekeeping. And now we are ready for the main event. Let's kick it off with our neighbors to the north. Our first presenter is from Milwaukee, WITI. Let's welcome Mary Stoker-Smith.
Hi everybody, I am Mary Stoker-Smith from WITI Milwaukee, standing in downtown Milwaukee on a balmy night, home of the best brats on the planet, the best beer, and the NBA champs Milwaukee Bucks. That's right, it is so good to be with you tonight. My categories are for Outstanding Achievement for Off-Camera Crafts. Category 30C, Writer, Short Form, Promos, PSAs, Commercials. And the nominees are...
Emily Reagan, Composite.
All right, you know, one of the staples of the pandemic has been the less than popular Zoom call. However, it's a great way to connect with people. And that's what we did. We reached out to a bunch of people who hosted the Emmys before. And I am very excited to introduce our next panel of past hosts. We have Bill Curtis, Tim Kazurinsky, Ginger Z, Pat Tomasulo, Mike Toomey. Obviously, this Zoom call is not as glamorous as when you were actually hosting in person. Bill Curtis, you hosted the Emmys in 1988. Do you have any memories from that night?
That long ago. Everybody was beautiful. Everybody was young. And here is a picture from that time.
This is before color?
Yeah, before color. And you will recognize everybody. Some are with us, some are not. But that's the way we did it then.
How about you, Ginger?
When I hosted, what do I remember? Well, Tamron Hall and I hosted together, and I remember sitting backstage with her like schoolgirls. I don't know why, but there seemed to be long breaths of time between what we had to do. And so I really enjoyed having it felt kind of like sleepover.
My recollection, I did it a couple of times. Probably the craziest one was at the Goodman. We had the entire set of the Christmas Carol on stage. So of course they asked Tiny Tim to host when they're doing the show at the Goodman. You don't want to go through that.
Yeah, so maybe virtual isn't that bad after all.
No.
Deal with any of that.
It can be a blessing.
All right, I think one of the biggest themes is that this show was always bigger, right? I mean, we've hosted this, but every time you host it, they tell you about, there used to be huge names that hosted.
The first show of the Chicago Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, starring Jack Benny and Dave Garroway.
Here is one of the first gentlemen of show business, Jack Benny.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I think your wonderful town of Chicago is to be congratulated on your great contributions to television.
Here with his big hit, You'll Never Find, is the unmistakable sound of Mr. Lou Rawls, right here.
You'll never find, as long as you live.
When I hosted it, it was because other guys couldn't. Like, by the time they got to me, they're like, hey, the guy from Double Dare just got a stomach ache. Can you fill in?
Pat, I do remember one thing from my hosting. experience. And that was, I had my whole monologue planned. I was telling Mike about this earlier. And then right before I went on stage, instead of a handheld mic, they gave me a headset to wear, which is not the most conducive apparatus to be trying to deliver a stand-up monologue when I look like I'm working a drive-through.
All right, give me one limerick, please, just to make my day.
The Midwest Emmy Awards turn 63, but once again we gather virtually. With a little help from the past and hosts who made it a blast, Curtis, Kazarinsky, and Z.
Oh,
we deliver it to you.
Well, listen, I think that you each are a reminder of how monumental this night is, how big it's been in the past, and to see your faces, I mean, the contributions you've made to the Midwest, to our country, to Chicago, is significant. So thank you so much for taking time out of your lives to join us. Our next presenter is standing in front of one of Chicago's most famous landmarks. It survived the Chicago fire, and this guy survived living on Earth the last year and a half. No small accomplishment for any of us, right? Let's get him out here from WSNS Chicago, Hernan Frato.
Hi everybody, this is Hernan Frato with WSNS Noticiero Telemundo Chicago, and let me be completely honest with you, I'm honored, I am pleased to be joining you from Chicago's historic water tower. I'm representing the nominees for Outstanding Achievements for Commercials, Promotional Announcements, and Public Service Announcements. Let's start with the category number 22B, and that's Commercial Campaign, and these are the nominees.
Notre Dame Gold Rush Signing Day Campaign, Fighting Irish Media. Verlo Bamgam 2020 SRH. And the Emmy goes to Verlo Bamgam 2020 SRH.
Next, for category 22A, Commercial Sing the Spot, the nominees are
Children's Wisconsin, I'm Here brand, SRH. Overwhelmed,